Hello and welcome. This is a fifth grade math video. And for this video, we're going to be focusing on how to evaluate powers of 10. Okay, so in case you've forgotten, a power of 10 is where we have an exponent where 10 is the base. So in exponential numbers, you have a regular size number and then you have a small number in the right-hand corner. And what this is, this regular size number is called the base, and this smaller number up here is called the exponential number. So when we're talking about powers of 10, we're talking about numbers where the base is 10 and the exponential number is different, just like this one right here. This is 10 to the fifth power. So this is a power of 10. So what we're going to do is we're going to evaluate it. So the term evaluate in math usually means figure out what something is equal to, or how much is it equal to, or what is its value. So there's a couple different ways to do this with a power of 10. We can rewrite that power of 10 as a multiplication expression. So that would be 10 times 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. So in an exponent, or every exponent is equal to a multiplication expression. The small number, the exponential number, is how many times you are multiplying. So see, this one has a 5. So we have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 numbers to multiply. The base is telling us what number to multiply. So that's why there's a 10 in each space. Now to evaluate it, I could do all that multiplication. I could say, okay, well, this is 100 and this is 100 and this is 10. And then I can multiply 100 times 100 and then times 10 and all that to get my answer. Or what I could do is take a shortcut. And this shortcut is applicable just to powers of 10. It makes them special. So let me erase some of these marks here. What it is you could write the number 1, and then the number of zeros you need to add is your exponential number. So we would need to write 5 zeros. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. Then I could put a comma here, and then I would know that 10 to the fifth power is the same as 100,000. So again, you could write it out as a multiplication expression and do all that multiplication, and you would still end up with an answer of 100,000. Okay, here's our next one. We're going to evaluate 10 to the second power, or 10 squared. So what that is the exponential number is how many times we are multiplying, or how many numbers we're multiplying, and 10 is the number that we're multiplying. So 10 times 10 is equal to 100. I could also use the shortcut here. And this, remember, the shortcut is just for powers of 10. So I could write a 1, and then I would add 2 zeros because my exponent number is 2. So 2 for 2 zeros. Either way, we end up with 100. Okay, here's our next one. We're going to evaluate 10 to the fourth power, which means we're going to figure out how much it's equal to. So the fourth power means I have 4 numbers to multiply. So I'm going to go ahead and put blanks for 4. And the base number, or 10, is the number that we are multiplying. So 10 times 10 times 10 times 10. I could then multiply that out and see what it's equal to, or I can use the shortcut. The shortcut for powers of 10 is to write a 1 and then to add as many zeros as the exponential number tells us to. So that means it's going to add 1, 2, 3, 4 zeros, and then I'll put my comma in the right spot. Either way, I should end up with 10,000. Okay, here's our next one. This is 10 to the seventh power. We're going to evaluate this. So again, I could write 7 blanks, 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, put multiplication symbols in between all of those. And then put a 10 in each one. That number comes from the base. That's a lot of 10s and a lot of multiplying to do. But if you prefer to do it that way, that's totally fine. I'm going to use a shortcut for this. What I'm going to do is write the number 1, and then the exponential number will tell me how many zeros to add. So I'm going to add 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 zeros. Put a comma here and a comma here. So 10 to the 7th power, either way that you choose to do it, should end up being 10 million. Okay, here's our last one for today's video. We're going to evaluate the power of 10, 10 to the 8th power. So again, I could use the exponential number to tell me how many numbers I'm multiplying. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Put symbols in between all of those. And then the base number tells me what number I'm multiplying. So I could put 10, 10, 10, another 10, lots of tens, tens in all the blanks. There we go. For this one, since it's kind of big, instead of doing all that multiplication, I'd probably want to use the shortcut, which means I write a 1, and then the 8 tells me how many zeros to add. Now remember, this trick only works for powers of 10. If your base is a different number, this won't work. So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So comma here, 10 to the 8th power is the same as 100 million. All right, you guys, thank you so much for joining me today. Hope to see you in another video soon.